Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Scott from Hands CrossFit. You might know me, maybe not. So I want to go through and try to get everybody pumped up about this 30-day Paleo Challenge. This kind of stuff like gets me going, floats my boat. And so I want to try to relay that energy to you guys and try to get you guys pumped up about it too, because it's a good time of year to sort of like get on board with this as we head into the holiday season here. And my idea was to do this little video series where I'm going to sort of introduce the challenge here, and then we're going to kind of go through and do 4 or 5 videos where I try to make eating paleo easier for you guys, make it easier to lose weight, make it easier to have more energy, make it easier to perform better here in the gym, at your job, through food. I'm just kind of winging this, so we'll see what happens. But we're going to kind of follow the board here, and then I'll leave you with an idea, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow with the first video. We're doing a 30-day paleo challenge. So like, gosh, maybe you've never even heard of that. Maybe you have, maybe you tried it before, but what is a 30-day challenge? What does that mean? It's simple. It means 30 days of strict paleo. It means 30 days of hitting it hard in the gym, doing some CrossFit. It means 30 days of focusing on your sleep. And it's 30 days of focusing on your hydration. So we kind of hit all the different aspects so that we can get you feeling good. Why 30 days? Like, why not, 10 days, or why not 60 days? First of all, 30 days is a doable time frame. There are like 40-day challenges and 60-day challenges and all this, and that's great. If you guys want to push it that far at the end, like, I'm all for it. I typically live my life as a paleo challenge because that's the way that I eat, but we're going to stick with 30 days. It's doable. It's a time that you can create new habits. If you stick with something for a little while, it's easy to fall back into your old habits. So 30 days seems like a good time that people can kind of make the change. And then the other thing is, it has to do with one of the foods, which is gluten. And so gluten, it's known that it takes about 15 days for the effects of gluten to completely be gone from your system, for you to sort of like get rid of the gluten out of your body. So, I always tell people, if you eat a bread sandwich today, and then you eat a bread sandwich in 2 weeks, and you say, oh, I didn't feel that different. Well, I'm not surprised, because you didn't give your body enough time to sort of cleanse itself of some of these things we're trying to avoid on paleo. So next part, why paleo? Like, why not like cheeseburger challenge or pizza every day challenge? This is where it's at here. So what we're trying to do is to eliminate foods that are known to be inflammatory for the majority of human beings, inflammatory to their body. So think about like what poison ivy does to the outside of your skin. That's what foods that cause inflammation do to the inside of your body. All right, and those foods include sugar, grains, starch, and beans. And so we're trying to eliminate those foods so that we can create for ourselves a baseline. And that kind of leads me to the next part here. So why so strict? Like, why strict paleo? Why not like, I can do paleo during the week, and on the weekend I can drink a bunch of beer and eat some pizza. Okay, so why so strict? Because we want to experiment with ourselves. It's kind of like one of my philosophies. It's sort of like, I'm a human being here on earth. I've got one shot here. I love it here. But I don't want to be set in my ways. I kind of want to like morph and change and experiment with myself and experiment with my body and my mind. And, people get so set in their ways on their food that it's just mind-blowing that they won't even take 30 days to just kind of take a step back, clean it all up, and create this baseline. So what we're going to try to do in 30 days is to create a baseline where, we can clean up, we can eliminate these foods that are, possibly giving us, lack of energy, depression, diarrhea, vision problems, skin problems, whatever, sleeping problems, all sorts of things. We eliminate those foods. We create a baseline and we see, how do I feel right now? Okay, check, like got it, it's in my head. Then we can reintroduce the foods. And when we create a baseline and then reintroduce, so now let's say I cut out bread, I reintroduce it. Oh, now I can see how it feels. Now I can feel the effects of those foods. Because one of the problems is that when you're on those foods all the time and you don't give yourself adequate space away from those foods, you are clouding the picture. You're making it unclear with the way that those things are affecting your body. So this is a way to clean up, clear out, and then reintroduce and see how those things feel, and then you can know what you need to avoid and what you don't need to avoid. Let's go on to the next section here. So that's kind of like the why, and so now I want to kind of give you like a little motivational pep talk here. Come on, people, we can do it. So, you know, what I get is I get roadblocks. People come to me and they say, you know, I want to lose weight, or I wish I had more energy. I mean, some people want to squat more, you know, whatever it is. And for me, like, that starts with nutrition. And as soon as you bring that up, like, the people know it's coming, but as soon as you bring it up, like, roadblock, like, right away. Little do people know, I used to run track when I was younger, and I did hurdles, so I'm able to jump over those things. Corny joke. So I get roadblocks. It's too hard. I got kids, I got a wife who doesn't want to do it, I've got 3 jobs, I got school, I have this, I have that. I can't afford it, that's a big one. We'll talk about that in a later video. So these are roadblocks. This is sabotage, all right? If you can find a path, an easier path, then you can make it happen. I promise you can make it happen. I used to not be able to do it. I've practiced it for years. I've got it down pat. I got it down to a literal science. You know, when people talk about how it's too hard, and, you know, one thing for me, you know, looking from the outside, I get fresh eyes on these situations. People come to me and they want to change their diet, and they tell me that why they can't do it, and then it's too hard. And then at the same time, though, they are making lots of effort to continue what they are doing. So, for instance, eating junk food, taking pills that they might not need for like mysterious illnesses or problems, going to get fast food, ordering pizza like, you know, a couple nights a week. These are things that also require energy to do. So it's a mindset. It's the switch. It's making the switch, going from things that are going to make you feel bad to purposefully seeking out things that are going to make you feel good. And it's doable. And once you get on board, it becomes easier. It's just that first month that you really have to try to fight through. And so that leads to the next one up here in the corner, which is the idea and the fact that food is powerful. And I need to remind you guys of that. I was talking with Nikki today on the phone, and you know, it came to me that, you know, in a human being's life, you know, there are basically 3 things that go inside your body. One of those is liquids, water, soda, beer, whatever. One of those is sunlight. The sun can soaks all the way down to your organs when you're out in the bright sun. And the other one is food. So why are we so surprised that food has such a crazy, huge effect on the way that you feel in your day-to-day life? It can affect your sleep. It can affect your skin. It can affect your bowels. It can affect your breathing. It can affect your mind. It can change your life. And people will go through their lives wondering, what's wrong with me? Why do I have this issue? Why can't I clear it up with medication? Why can't I do this? Man, food is medicine. And so we have to remember how powerful it is. And that's why I get so pumped up about this, because people want me to help them be healthy and change. And I'm telling you, I have the tools and I can give them to you. Like, I will give them away to you. You just have to be willing to kind of soak it in. A couple last ideas here. So one of the things that I would like to tell some people that to kind of like give them a little mindset change is this idea that I can have it, but I don't want it, okay? I can have it, but I don't want it. So that cookie over there, I can have it. I'm a human being. I'm a grown adult. I can go over there and grab it, and I can eat it, and I can feel bad about myself. I can feel good about myself, whatever. But the deal is, you have to take control. Of course I can have it, but I don't want it because I've educated myself. I know what it does to the inside of my body. I know how it makes me feel. So now I have control over that food, and I don't want it anymore. And this one goes out to Mr. J. Mont himself here, and lots of others actually. But he stands out to me because one thing that people mistake about the paleo diet is that people think that paleo is minimizing. People think that paleo is trying to eat like a caveman, like a rabbit. Sometimes just all meat. I've had some people that are like, hey, well, like they just go on like the meat extravaganza. That's not paleo. Neither is all fruit. That's also not paleo. Paleo is not having turkey wraps with like lettuce and a tomato and mustard. That's not paleo either. Paleo is not just minimizing the bad. Paleo is especially and also maximizing the good. So if you want to really sort of change your life and change the way that you eat and change the way that you feel and the way that you perform, you have to maximize the good. You have to get more nutrients. You have to get more of everything. And at the same time, if you're minimizing the bad, then we come up with this like perfect concoction of like, it's your wheelhouse, man. You're in your sweet spot. You can use it for fat loss. I mean, you can use it for energy. You can use it for performing better in sports. Whatever you want to do. FYI, LeBron James went paleo this summer, so we'll see how he does this year. He lost about 30 pounds doing paleo. So, what I'm going to do is give you this video series. I'm calling it The Pathway because, I could speak logically with you about foods. Like, you need to eat more healthy fats because they're healthy, and you can say, yes, logically that makes sense to me. But emotionally, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people because they have cravings, they have roadblocks, they have kids, they don't have time to cook, they don't have all these things. So my job, I have found, is to make everything easier, lay out the steps, and all you have to do is walk along with me on the pathway. Okay, so what that includes is, it's going to be, my next video is going to be kitchen prep. Okay, I'm going to teach you what you need inside your kitchen so that you can be prepared at all times to cook, to have foods in your pantry that you need, how to stock up, all that kind of stuff, equipment, utensils. Then we're going to go teach you how to grocery shop, how to brainstorm for recipes, and then go grocery shopping and get the things that you need, stay away from the crap, and get out of there unscathed. And some things that you can stock up on so that you don't have to go grocery shopping all the time. Or if you come home and you're out of healthy food, you can dig in the pantry and find something that's not going to make you feel like crap. What spices to buy, that kind of stuff. Then the next step is going to be fun because we're going to talk about, cooking, all the different techniques, baking, roasting, sauteing, grilling. Gosh, I can't, I'm blanking right now, but just all the different ways that you can cook to make it fun. And that's one of the big things that I connect with food. That's one of the big missing issues with a lot of people is they become disconnected with the things that are going inside their bodies. And when you cook for yourself or for your family, it has a big effect on your life, and it can really be a way, like, it's a time for Kelly and I to spend some time together. It's a time for me to connect with myself. I have fun just kind of listening to music, cooking on a Sunday, something like that. Cooking, you don't have to be afraid of cooking. And then finally, I'm going to try to give you guys some recipes so that we can sort of like put it all together and have fun with it, because that's where the rubber meets the road. You got to enjoy what you eat. So, that's it. We'll have these videos coming up, and I just want to leave you with one idea, and this is my Rob Wolf scale here. So Rob Wolf is like a super famous paleo expert. He opened one of the first CrossFit affiliates like way back in the day, I think around the year 2000 or so. And in his gym, you have to do paleo when you first join. They make you do a 30-day challenge, and because he wants you to see the effect that it can have. He wrote a book called The Paleo Solution, and in there he talks about, first of all, he makes all of his new clients take a blood test. Then they do strict paleo for 30 days. After 30 days, sometimes they do 45 days, they retest this blood sample. And if your numbers don't improve across the board, we're talking about all the big important numbers that you can get tested for in your blood. If they don't improve across the board wholesale, you cheated. He knows for a fact that you were sneaking bagels in the basement or not. You didn't do it. That's all there is to it. And then the other thing is, and this is the big one for me, I love this, gives me goosebumps every time I talk about it, which is kind of like the scale factor. So like on the one side of the scale, you have, 30 days of paleo, okay? So we've got boo-hoo. You don't get 30 days of eating your donut with your coffee in the morning. You don't get 30 days of having cereal. You don't get 30 days of eating a Papa John's pizza on a Friday night. And, I'm right there with them like, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. It's 30 days. You guys, you have a lifetime to live. You're human beings. You're all so intelligent. Take some time and experiment. So we've got 30 days, no donuts. We've got 30 days eating clean and quite possibly altering your life in such a positive way that it completely changes your life or the lives of your people in your family. If you're the one in charge of cooking, you could very well change someone else in your family life. To me, that doesn't weigh out. It's not an even balance. This side outweighs you not having that like craving food that you can't just miss for 30 days. And like I said, I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for you unless you have tried it. If you've tried it, maybe you have a hat in the conversation.